me tell you about our first piece, The Irish Spirit. And this piece caught my eye, just the title of it, because I'm half Irish. And I was like, oh, this sounds cool, and I love Irish music. So I'd never heard of this composer, Alain Lefebvre. I don't know. Somebody speak French? You can tell me how to say that. He was born in 1946, and he lived in Paris, and he played many instruments. He started on violin, switched to viola, learned the clarinet, and then the saxophone, and he played in like dance bands in Paris to make a living for a long time. And then he started composing music, and he just kind of had a very interesting career. As far as I know, he's still living. And this piece is very beautiful. It has a slow opening and a slow ending, and in between we have faster sections. And this piece was actually written for clarinet and cello in 2010. And some of the other pieces on the program were written for other instrumentations, but this one is actually written for clarinet and cello. And by the way, I've been saying I want to play with Kenny Grant for years now, so that he said he wanted to play with me was like shocking.
I heard her box suite, and that was the end of that. It was unbelievable. So, yeah. birds had their commentaries. Very nice. I played a concert once in the beautiful courtyard of the Brit Kodesh temple, and we played outside, and the birds were coming in about that time at night. It was quite a competition.
All right, so this next piece is by Ian Dieterling, who was born in 1990. Makes me feel old. It's like I was in high school. This piece starts off again with a slow theme, and then it's developed throughout the piece into like this flourish at the end. It's kind of a theme and variations because the same theme is used in different ways throughout the piece. This composer has gotten himself kind of into the music education, ethnomusicology, music technology, musicology kind of land, and he has started writing pieces that are usable for multiple instrumentations. So for example, this piece written for clarinet and cello can also be played on the sax and the cello, English horn and cello, flute and cello, flute and viola and cello. So there's a lot. He takes the same piece and makes it playable by multiple instruments. I guess it's a good way to make more money off your piece if more people can play it. But you know, a lot of times in schools or whatever, different instrumentations are required. They don't always have a English horn player or a bassoon player, so it's nice to have different options. And he does that with a lot of his pieces. So he's a passionate advocate for music in the schools and music in communities, and he writes pieces that are usable by many different people. And when the first time Kanye and I played this piece, right after we played it, he goes, "Man, this is really dark." So this is your one dark piece of the program.
Some nice tonal crunches in that. It's like we're in two different keys at the same time. We really enjoy chamber music, probably all my colleagues in the orchestra. Oh, speak up.
Yeah, thank you.
We really enjoy chamber music. We love the orchestra, but chamber music is, as Sandra was saying, where you can really get really fine details worked out. And all of us in the orchestra belong to groups like string quartets, or we have a couple of wind quintets, the brass quintet, flute and harp ensemble. And it also helps our education department send groups out into the community, into the schools to, you know, make contact with the young people, which I never really had growing up. I don't think I had anybody from the Buffalo Philharmonic come to our high school. We never were exposed to that. So it's really important. Our job, our education mission is actually probably one of the largest things we do here in Rochester. We play concerts, obviously, in the hall, but the educational part is what is really important to get the next generation going. Well, the next piece, it's me, right?
It's you.
Okay, so it's very crazy that I picked a piece of Bach, since she's going to do a beautiful Bach suite. This is a piece that was written for harpsichord, which I don't like at all, but Christopher Seaman loved the harpsichord, and he called it the jangle box, but you can burn them all as far as I'm concerned. I can't even tell when notes change sometimes, but that's all they had in those days. That's all Bach had, you know.
Go out
Before,
of tune just with the breath of
Yeah. So,
Look at them wrong.
but how does a piece from Bach's time be for clarinet? Well, it was for harpsichord, but it's one line throughout this fantasia. Now, the fugue part, I'd need Sandra's help with that, but I'm only going to be doing the fantasia. It's in two sections. It's very scalar, arpeggiated, lots of up and down. And then it has a recit, which is very, very drawn. And you'll hear me doing a lot of oi, 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 where I'm trying to simulate on the harpsichord left hand to right hand. So I'm breaking chords and stuff. The transcription was done, this one, by my teacher. I had played this on my sophomore recital, and there was a French clarinetist, Longinus, who did a transcription of it, and I did it on my sophomore. My teacher didn't like it. He said, "You should redo this." But of course I didn't. And so my junior summer, he set about to do this transcription, which he allowed me to participate in with him, which I learned a lot obviously. So you'll hear the first section, and then a slight pause while I turn my page, and the rest. clarinet was actually invented in 1696.
Harp.
And Bach, oh, sorry, clarinet was invented in 1696. Bach, masters people, what was it, he was what, 1680 to 1750 or something like that?
Yes.
But anyways, the clarinet didn't come into the orchestra until around the middle of the 1700s. Mozart's, actually the first clarinet players were oboists. That's awful. I mean,
Explain.
it's no wonder nobody wanted to, because they were trained clarinet players. So this is fantastic because my father was a violinist, and I would say, please play Bach suites, because I studied all the Bach string music, cello and violin, so I get one little flavor to play, But so beautiful, so beautiful.
Thankfully, the cello suites do not have that many notes.
And on the harpsichord, they have two hands, so we only have
Well, you have two hands too, but
But-
you only have one mouth.
one mouth, yeah. Now, you're going to introduce the next piece, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a little more Bach for you. However, it's Bach with a twist. This is written, this is a piece that Bob Atwell, who is a living American composer, kind of, and I'll explain that in a minute, but he took the two-part invention number 4 by Bach, which you will recognize even if you don't know which one is number 4, and he added his own original material. So it kind of sounds familiar, but then you're going to be like, wait, that's not Bach. And that's true. So this guy, Bob Atwell, he was born and raised in Newton, Massachusetts, and he went to college to be a musician, and shortly after leaving college, he found that music was not very lucrative.
No kid?
We do have a tip jar on the table.
That's because we have to work 5 jobs. Right?
So, he went back to school to study electrical engineering, and he had a very successful career as an electrical engineer, and now he's retired and living in Tucson, Arizona. And he is, in his retirement, going to college again and studying the clarinet and studying composition at the University of Arizona. And in his retirement, he has written works for solo guitar, for small chamber ensembles like this. He's written a couple of short movie scores and some works for full orchestra. So I say he's been pretty busy in his retirement, like most of you. Learning instruments, studying alcohol, on a daily basis, right, Marty?
So much to do.
Yeah, COVID's been very good for that.
Hey, you don't have to drive anywhere, so you might as well imbibe. Okay, so anyway, this piece was originally written for clarinet and bassoon, but we are going to play it clarinet and cello, which I think works just fine.
Oh, we gotta.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I just better it's calmed down, but I better not take a chance. That's always when you get in trouble.
Great.
Love it.
I played a nice wrong note in that, which really added to the tension in that middle section. But I played it right the second time, so it's
I didn't notice.
but it goes along with the harmony there, you know, it's kind of sticks in here.
All right,
Yeah.
so next I get to play a solo piece. And thankfully, like I said, we do not have as many notes as in Kenny's. That would just burn my fingers off. I don't know how it does that. So this is the prelude from the first cello suite, one of the most famous pieces of cello music ever written. Bach lived from 1685 to 1750. He was a German composer. These 6 suites were lost for over 200 years and not found again until the 1930s by Pablo Casals. And it's funny that now they're pretty much our Bible. Every cellist plays these forever. You never stop working on them. You never say, oh yeah, I'm done with that one. No, like you go back to them over and over and over, and you always write in pencil in your music because you always change your mind about things. Every time you come back to it, you think, oh, let me try it this way. Why did I do that? That's such a strange choice. But this first prelude is an old friend of mine. I've been playing it, I think, since I was about 13 years old. So it's always nice to come back to it. And surprisingly, I never tire of this one ever. No matter how many times I teach it or play it, like it's always just a nice one to come back to all the time.
It's like the human voice. It's just, oh, so beautiful. I told her that in the orchestra, the cellists are always on stage first warming. The violins are downstairs drinking coffee. But they're always there early, warming up here. Now, you're going to enjoy the next piece very much, because my wife is going to join us with the narration. And everybody remembers growing up. So this is a takeoff my little doggy in the window. But it can't be exact, because then it would be plagiarism and copyright laws would be, yeah.
So you only really get 3 notes of it at the beginning.
That's right.
That's it.
Andy's in the union, so he's a union officer, so he'll turn me in. He's the tough guy.
I'm in the union too, Penny.
Are you really? Yeah. Well, he's an officer.
So are you.
Yeah, I know, but he's certain.
No, I mean...
I want a raise in a new contract!
I mean, I could get in trouble too.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, we're negotiating right now. Can you imagine negotiating during COVID? We haven't played a concert since March. Hey, what are we going to get? Yeah. It's all right. We'll be there. The Met isn't going to play till New Year's Eve, I hear. So if we're back, we might stream something in September, October, November, December. But we'll be here next year. So. Yep. And I'll tell you, we're going to do more of this. So this is great. Thank you all for coming so much.
Yeah, you're going to have to wear your winter coats. We'll be here in the snow. You're going to have to learn how to play in the cold.
I could do like at Obama's inauguration, they all were in little plastic houses. You remember that? And actually, they didn't play. It was all taped.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, because it was like 10 below. Yo-Yo Ma's not going to play at 10 below.
And he's not taking his Strat out there.
No, no. Sorry. You know that? All right.
There once was a dog named Sophie. Sophie is bustling all over the house, sniffling everywhere. There's nothing to bark at, sighs Sophie. Hey, I hear footsteps. Sophie cocks her head, listening. The doorbell! Hello? I'm so excited. I'm gonna wag my tail all over the house. Who could that be at the door? Don't they know there's a pandemic? Is the RPO gonna play again? Hey, why are they leaving? Sophie is sad. So sad. Poor Sophie. All alone in this big house. Oh, so lonely. Lonely. boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey, where'd the mouse go? The car! He's back! Oh, what a great day! Sophie runs for the door. Catch me, Sophie barks, catch me! Aren't you glad I'm not a cat?
That's right. Not allowed to have this much fun when you play.
a new Kathy.
I had a gentleman once at the YMCA, which we haven't seen for many months, but he was a physics professor at the U of R, and he always said to me, "You guys, you look like you're having so much fun on stage." And I said, "Do you have fun at work? In the lab? Do you have fun?" I said, "Do you realize what we go through? We're practicing and everything." I said, "Yeah, you're having fun at the concerts, but we're working really hard to do that for you." Jeez. He thought, it just looks like a lot of fun. I said, "Oh yeah, we drink downstairs and oh yeah, it's great."
We know you.
Actually, the last Nutcracker we've been known to have vodka ice cubes, so. Not the wind players. I have too many solos.
Sure.
Yeah, boy. Actually, Nutcracker, I've done over 550 performances over my career, and I always play it because it's such beautiful clarinet writing all the way through. The oboe, English horn, nicer, flute, yeah, but it's the clarinet. You get such beautiful solos. And the bass clarinet, Mr. Brown gets nice solos. You played that Bach suite on bass clarinet, right? The prelude?
Yes, sir.
Isn't that on auditions for bass clarinet?
It has been on
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Same voice as the cello.
Wasn't wrong.
Wonky.
Yeah, that's a little blasphemous. That's almost as bad as the saxophone playing Bach suites.
I will say though, at Eastman this year, the best PC jury I heard, actually 2 years ago, was a young man who played a Bach suite on baritone sax, and I was ready to walk out. But it was the most beautifully seductive Bach, and he got a PC, and it was just, he didn't play something, just absolutely gorgeous. Baritone sax.
Yada yada.
Yeah,
Yada yada.
there you go. So it can happen. You know, I just realized. No, I had my wrong glasses on. I was actually able to play. I've got in the orchestra, I have glasses for the music. I don't care if I can see the conductor, but when I drive, I usually wear these because I don't mind if Ward's a little fuzzy. I can still see this, you know. Then I can't see the dirty looks. We get those sometimes. Not Ward. He's never done that. He might stare at you, but yeah. So this is a duet originally for clarinet and bassoon by Ludwig von Beethoven. And these are the kind of pieces, there's 3 of these, they're beautiful, and they're great with cello. In fact, I was commenting that there's more color playing with a string, where the bassoon, I tend to have to be very careful not to overplay. But the cello has a beautiful inner color. But he probably dashed these off at a bar sometime, just quickly, but they're really beautiful. There's 3 of them, right. And they've probably been arranged, like you were saying earlier about the other piece, for many different instrument combinations. Okay, so.
Just the first repeat or both?
First, not the second. Is that okay? I forgot to tell you, there's 3 movements. My fault. Difference too, in the orchestra, we get a lot of rest. The strings have to play almost all the time. So brass players bring books, you know, they usually read during rehearsals because they might not play 2 or 3 movements in a piece. Or if they're not downstairs drinking coffee or something. But we usually get like 10, 11 bars to let the blood get back in. But when you play like this is like really intense for us all the time. That's constantly. Oh, she's a great saxophonist, so why would she care?
You can do
She
it.
knows.
Ready?
Yeah.
Your lip gonna survive?
I'm just letting a little.
Yeah, I can see.
You don't get many chances. Conductors generally don't care how you feel. You know, when you play, if you're tired or anything, they just, you know. But usually, like Rachmaninoff's Second Symphony is a huge opening clarinet solo, and usually they'll look back and say, "Are you ready?" And I usually say yes, but one time I said, "No."
I'm sorry.
I said Rachmaninoff's Second Symphony has this
Oh,
huge,
yeah.
beautiful solo, and yeah.
Did he wait for you?
Yeah, he did. He didn't. He looked down, but yeah, he did. I had to swab out my instrument because, you know.
Yeah.
That's it.
I can't play another page. Thank you. Oh yeah. we should-
The end.
Very much.
Bravo, nice job. That's beautiful.
Should have had Andy play the last one for us.
Was that squirrels? I was hoping it wasn't like snakes. I hate
You
snakes.
put the squirrels to sleep in the television.
No, I shot him out of the tree with that pitch. I was. Nation.
Thank you very much. In the future, I remember coronavirus.
Thank you.
Remember the good stuff, Pat.
Yeah. This is the first time I actually took my instruments out of the house this week since the March, you know. So, and playing in public, today